it dropped lower, went into that old consequent encroachment of that premium wick on this daily candle, traded through it, accumulated around it, bullish fair value gap here, rallies, and then we have the first introduction to my first mention of it in public. I've never taught it before. I've never given it to anybody. This is my ICT suspension block. Okay, and you'll see it with this wick laying over top of it. So you would never look at that as a fair value gap, not by the definitions of it initially given. This is a bullish fair value gap, but this is not a bullish fair value gap in its classic sense. And if you look real close, there is a volume imbalance at the top and a volume imbalance at the bottom, even though this wick goes higher. Whenever you have one single candle that has a volume imbalance to the low and a volume imbalance to the high, that is going to act just like a fair value gap. And it does not matter if there's wicks that had already crossed over that to the left of it. Simply don't even worry about it. It's being suspended between two volume imbalances. That's why I named it suspension block. This is extremely strong. It's one of the most powerful, and there's more that I'm not going to share, okay? But just know that this is what I'm talking about. I have more stuff. I got more stuff. All these guys here copying, rebranding my stuff. You're never going to see this stuff in anybody else's work prior to me. But it'll be interesting to hear what they call it. But the suspension block is extremely bullish or bearish if it's reversed and it's a down close candle. And you have narrative and order flow moving us lower, reaching for liquidity. Here we can see that it's going to be reaching up into 24,819 and a quarter. Now you can look at that on the 1 minute chart, scrub to the left. You'll see it's part of a volume imbalance. It's just the higher level of it. That's what that the whole point was. That level to me was a volume imbalance. And because of sake of time and brevity, I didn't include it here, but you can go back and just scrub to the left on your 1 minute chart and you'll see that, keep going back, you'll find that there's a 24,819.25 volume imbalance, and the lower level is just below by not by much. It's very small. But we trade down into this. I'm sorry, trade up into this suspension block too. Now I only changed the colors here just to show that they're both suspension blocks, but this one's the larger one, and we're going to push this one forward in time. So the creation of this is again a volume imbalance at the top, a volume imbalance at the bottom. And it does not matter if there's a wick to the left. So if it looks like it's been redelivered or it's back and forth in the same area, it's still inefficient. And it's being highlighted algorithmically because there's a volume imbalance to the lower and the higher end of it.